Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back to another episode of Fernbus Coach Simulator. Today we're in Berlin where we finished our last journey and we're going to be driving down to Dresden today on the HanVool, sorry, I forget, the HanVool, I don't think there's licensing, you know, people, the HanVool TDX. Now this is the TDX, there is also the TX version. This is the longest coach that we currently have from of the HanVool range. I don't know if the Astromega is a little bit longer, shorter, I'm not sure, but this is a TDX 21. You do also have a slightly shorter version with your money, or for your money, which is the TDX 20, and then there's the TX and various ones of those. I think that the only difference between the TX and the TDX is the TDX, which is what we're in, has a couple of seats there for passengers, where it has a bit of seating behind the driver, but then most of the seating is upstairs. I do like this Flixbus livery, where we've got the nice little green piping around the edge of the seats. That's really, really nice, isn't it, that? So yeah, we are going to be driving through to Dresden today. Oh yeah, we need the luggage compartments. Come on, let's tell you what. Is that it? There we go. Right, luggage in, everybody. Tell you what we'll do. There we go. Right, engine off so we can hear ourselves think. Right, we've got to Dresden. Have you got a ticket? Lovely. Ladies, going to Ghent, not us. Dresden, yeah, Dresden. Dankeschön, das Ticket. Dresden, yeah, lovely. Konstanz, that's not us. Dresden, where do you want to go? You want to go to Dresden? Well, that is good news, sir, because our coach is going to Dresden. There we go. Right, so you're not getting on, you're not getting on. What's this over here? Can we interact with this? No. Apart from that, it appears that we're all good. So we'll get those shut. Yeah, this coach is going to cost you £12.79. There is no discount, as far as I'm aware, if you already own the Astromega, which is a bit disappointing because it's more or less the same coach. You obviously, your driving position is a little bit different. When you notice there, you've not got all that distance at the top. I tell you what, should we set off going? There we go. Right, gear in a neutral position. Oh, start the engine. Come on. There we go. Right. Gear in a neutral position. Lovely. Yeah, so it is a little bit disappointing that you don't sort of get a little bit of discount. However, you can get all three of these coaches in a bundle. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Right, Wi-Fi. I thought I'd done all the... Oh, it's because Wi-Fi is down here, isn't it? Kitchen clearance, co-driver light, we don't need that, do we? Passenger monitor, let's have that so we can see what they're doing. And we'll have the system on as well. Yeah, you can use your hotkeys, of course, but I thought I may as well go through and turn all these on before we start so that they weren't moaning. But yeah, so you can get it as part of a bundle where you basically pay for two of the coaches and you get one free. You get your third coach for free there. So yeah, it's part of a bundle, but you have to buy all three at once. As I say, as far as I'm aware, there's no option at this time where you could buy one with the intention of buying one later. You know what I mean? And sort of do it in dribs and drabs. You have to do it all at the same time. Now, obviously, with this being a triaxle, there's a couple of funky little features. You can still hear me over the engine. We've got, look at that back wheel. We've got a bit of rear wheel steer there to help you get around the corners. And actually, the interior cabin looks really, really good. Look at that. It's very, I'd say the textures were of high quality. You feel like, you know, it's a nice thing to drive as well. The physics are good. TML really recently have been upping the standard of their buses. They really have. I mean, when you look at the VDL Citea, which we looked at yesterday, I can't remember which order I recorded these in and which order they went out, so yeah, please do just bear with me there. But yeah, the VDL Citea, which we've looked at recently, it's a really, really nice drive. The physics are nothing short of excellent. And exactly the same with this HanVool TDX Alstom Doodah. It's a really nice drive. Really, really nice drive. Have we got any passengers sat next to us, by the way? I wonder if they do come and sit downstairs. I mean, I know that this isn't a busy coach by any stretch of the imagination, but I wonder if they come sit downstairs if you, you know, if you are busy. Who knows? Right, so yeah, driving to Dresden today is actually not a long route at all. I thought we'd just make our way, come on, thought we'd just make our way south towards Dresden and Prague. In the next episode we might go to Prague. There's still plenty of, I don't actually know the route. Shall we have a look at what route we're taking? So we're up here in Berlin. That's the one. Yeah, we're going to be, because sometimes you go down there, don't you? We're going to be driving past Potsdam and not stopping, round down this way. It's quite a lengthy journey, isn't it? Almost about the same distance as when you factor that in as Hamburg is. So the video's aiming to be about half an hour in length today, but we'll see what happens. You never know. We might get stuck in traffic. Fingers crossed we don't. I hate traffic. Yeah, do I think this coach is worth it? Well, it's certainly a nice drive. Certainly a lovely drive. I mean, I personally don't play an awful lot of Fernbus, as you'll probably have realised on the channel. I find, as I said last time, that I struggle with this game. Like, I love it. It's a really, really good game. I enjoy the driving aspect of it. But it doesn't have enough playability for me to keep me coming back week in, week out. You know, like City Bus Manager, things like that, Transport Fever, you can constantly be doing new things. This, you know, because there's no sort of financial gain, there's no unlocking things other than new cities to drive to, which all sort of look the same. You know, it's not like Euro Truck where there's a bit of variety. They are all very much of a muchness. I said much too much in a sentence, and I'm doing it again. But yeah, you know, so I do struggle with this. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy it. You know, I'm not sat here thinking, oh, I wish the video would be over so I can go play something else. Not the case at all. But yeah, so for me, I probably wouldn't, if it wasn't for the fact that the lovely people at Aerosoft didn't send me this code and said, go on, go make a video, make it, you know, give us your honest feedback on it. If it wasn't for the fact they did that, I probably wouldn't have bought it, just because for me, it doesn't work out good value for money. But that said, if you are an avid Fernbus player, then I would absolutely go ahead and buy it. I think it's lovely. And I'm assuming as well, I haven't actually looked, and I said this in the last video and I still haven't looked, even though I said it in the last video, I am assuming that you will also get a copy of this for Tourist Bus Simulator, as is standard with all these add-ons. Now, I'm not sure about that. I should have looked, shouldn't I? And I promise I will try and remember. That's a good way of saying I promise I'll try and remember, but I'm not actually promising. Yeah, I promise I will try and remember. I tell you what we're going to do while we're here. We are going to press the home button and be in the wrong camera. Whee, hang on. Right, I really wanted a... there we go. Wanted a picture. Oh, look at that. That is lovely. Let's have a picture down there. We'll go down here. That is really, really nice, is that? Look at that. Gorgeous. I'll have one like that just as a... I really like coach pictures like that. And bus pictures where you can see them flying up the hill. Flying up the hill. Really, really do look good, don't they? I mean, don't get me wrong. I've never been a massive fan of HanVool products. I think some of them have just been quite ugly, but I think it's a good looking coach, is this. It really is a good looking coach. I wouldn't like to drive one in real life. I mean, with this being a triaxle, which of course, being a triaxle, I am absolutely terrified of the damn thing. Yeah, with it being a triaxle, oh, I like how the road noise changed when we went onto a different surface. Yeah, with it being a triaxle, I have already crashed it about 6 times before we started the video, driving it from the depot into Berlin. Yeah, it wasn't the best of drives, it has to be said, but I think I'm used to it now. That said, I'm sure I'll be able to crash it again a few more times before we arrive in Dresden. Sounds like I've got like a windscreen wiper going or something, doesn't it? Maybe I have. Maybe I pressed something that's activated windscreen wiper mode. Anyway, powering along. The weather's a lot nicer than last time. I seem to recall last time we were on Fernbus. Or was it the bus? I can't remember. It was one or the other. We were driving along like this with the windscreen wipers going 10 to the dozen. Because it was an absolutely awful day. Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe it is a windscreen wiper. Hang on. Is somebody at the coffee machine? I don't know. I don't know. Something's happening, but it's definitely nothing to do with me. Right, so we're joining onto another motorway here. Oh, it doesn't look like we can carry on forwards. It's you will turn right. Oh no, it's not the coffee machine, is it? Because as we slowed down there, the noise slowed down as well. Why is there a load of grass in the road? What's happening, Fernbus? It's very odd, isn't it? That random noise that started happening all of a sudden. What have we got? We've got a Golf and an E-Class. Odd that the Golf is the taxi on Fernbus. The little hatchback there, and not the Mercedes-Benz E-Class. Oh, we're just nipping out in front of you. Don't crash into me. I'm impressed there. We've also got, I'm assuming, is that some sort of BMW? Yeah, BMW Grand Tourer GT. Oh, that E-Class is a taxi, right? Oh, okay, so you get both. That's not too bad then. Of course, passing the HanVool here on the. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just. No, I'll tell you what. We'll. I'm looking at my keyboard for the home button, which is why we nearly crashed into that truck. Yeah, I was going to take a picture of us both together, but I thought, do you know what? I've already got the screenshot we're using for the thumbnail because that picture we got earlier was absolutely gorgeous, wasn't it? Right, we'll go past this chap here and then we'll pull back in. Let some of the cars that want to go faster past. There we go. Right. I'll just nip back out after this chap in the purple van. There we go. Keep blasting along. Nobody's going to be boxing us in anytime soon. Lovely. Yeah, it's a really, really nice drive, is this? Compared to some of the other coaches, I feel like they've almost tried to make them handle too badly, if that makes sense. I know that sounds silly, doesn't it? Well, it's a coach show. I'm not, you know, it's not going to be like Formula 1, is it? And no, I completely understand that. But like sometimes I think maybe they've taken the, oh, this is a coach game, and they've just thought we'll make the physics as spongy and sort of lollopy as possible. Whereas this doesn't have that. It feels like, you know, because even with some buses, you can be sort of fairly nippy with them. You can throw them around corners without fear you're going to go spinning off into the neighbouring woodland. Oh, we've been caught speeding. Yes, we have. Although, to be fair, that emergency services vehicle in front was also speeding, and they haven't got their lights on, so you know what I mean? Yeah, It doesn't sound like we've got massively different sounds to the Astromega, and I reckon that's because in terms of the interior, you know, all the sort of upholstery, the plastic buttons, the indicator, everything will be the same, won't it? But considering you're having to buy the same product 3 times over, well, sorry, 2 times over with a freebie if you get the bundle, it does just sort of feel like, no, you know what I mean? Like the TX and the TDX, alright, the different models, but I feel like really they could be included in the same pack. You know, you don't really need them. And again, with the Astromega, alright, it's a different type of bus. It doesn't feel like they should all be separate packs, if you get what I mean. It sort of strikes me as, I don't know, to put it in a UK bus style thing, selling a 1.4, I'm on trains, aren't I? Like selling a 142 and a 144, oh no, sorry, a 143 and a 144 as a separate pack. They're very much the same, you know, like selling a 377 pack and a 375 pack separately. It's just, it seems a bit sort of easy, doesn't it, for the developer. in terms of buses, maybe an Eclipse. It's like Master Switch if they sold the Street Deck and the Gemini 3 as a separate bus. Alright, there's subtle differences. In fact, I'd say there were more differences between the Street Deck and the Gemini than there is between the Astromega, the TX, the TDX. Do you know what? There's that many flipping letters. I can't remember which one's which, but there's more differences between the Street Decks. It's got completely different sounds, a different chassis, a different cab. And they're all in the same pack. So yeah, I just feel it was sort of a bit of a quick cash grab, which is a real shame, because you know it's not a bad bus. It's not a bad bus at all. In fact, I'd say it was a very good bus. I'm worried about some of these gantries, you know, they look very low for a double-decker bus. We're just going sailing under them without a care in the world. Any minute now I'm sort of expecting there to be a loud crash and the bus to go zooming up in the air. Although I have noticed that weird sound stop, so we'll see what happens with this road. Yeah, it's not started again, has it? That sort of odd coffee machine style noise. Maybe it was the coffee machine. Right, we're just going to nip out here before that van blocks us in. And of course they seem to be limited to 100 kilometers an hour, which is really, really nice, because you don't need to use the cruise control. You can just put your foot flat to the floor and it'll hold it at 101 kilometers an hour. Lovely. Does that really annoying Fernbus thing, and the bus is guilty of doing exactly the same. Oh, that noise has started again. Where now, to get the steering wheel to turn, you know, the steering wheel doesn't keep the same speed when you're at speed. I know that might sound like a bit of an odd thing to say, but like I have to turn the wheel quite a lot now, my wheel at home, whereas the wheel on this goes slower as you get faster. I sort of wish it didn't do that. It would be nice to have to turn the wheel slower, you know, when you're at higher speed, from my perspective. You know, like OMSI does. It's just, and Euro Truck, I don't think Euro Truck does that either. You can sort of lurch it round corners. So you have to practice being a bit smoother with your driving. Tell you what, whereabouts are we on the map here? Whereabouts are we? So we're up here. We're going to have to be coming off around the corner. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do then. We'll just stay in this lane. There's no point whizzing past in the outside lane. I don't even know on the Autobahn if you're allowed to. Oh my lord, that van's about to run into the back of somebody. That is very poor driving. Driving right up behind someone, screaming up behind them. That chap's done exactly the same thing, and then slamming on. Oh, what's happening? Why are we lagging? Why are we lagging? Right, we need to remember to come off at this junction for Dresden. I would quite like to have carried on to, you know, like Prague or somewhere like that. I think that's why I've picked Dresden. You know, we picked Berlin. Oh, hang on. All right, up the house fart. Lovely. Yeah, I think that's why I picked Dresden, so that in the next video when we do the Altano TDX, because obviously we'll have to look at the last one, with this being the TDX, when we do the Altano TX, I think we might go from Dresden to Prague, or maybe a little bit further. Depends how we're feeling, really, doesn't it? Right, so we're up here, and then we join onto this motorway, and then do we come off again further down? I think there's some sort of T-junction, isn't there, from what I remember on the electric map. No, hang on. Coming off again. Whoa! Ah! Flipping heck, good brakes. I think he actually just slammed on there, didn't he, with absolutely no reason at all. That was what you call a crash for cash, if ever I've seen it. Right, round we go. Oh, what's happening? Oh, let's get them wipers on. The rain effect on the window is lovely. It's a little bit juttery, but doesn't that look pretty? I mean, I know nobody really likes the rain, do they? But it really does. They've got that. I wish that, like, the people at Bus Simulator 21 would be able to get that sort of good-looking rain. Right, there we go, round we go. It's one thing they do really, really well here at TML. That rain is stunning, because water is very, very hard to do, you know. To make water look good, it's very hard for developers to do, because it behaves in such a way and moves and, you know, sort of reacts with the bus in such a way that it's, yeah, very, very difficult. Those with the rain, little droplets running down the windscreen are absolutely incredible. I love it. And it's probably not that, you know, that it's probably not that special. They've probably been like this for years, but it just looks really, really good. It looks believable. And that's what I like in a game, especially a simulator, when you want to simulate real life, when it looks like real life. Can't argue. Tell you what, we're just going to nip over here. And I am in the wrong lane. Wow, it's raining heavy here. Oh, we're going to go because we're fine. Just go straight on. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just, you know, you're in a bus. You're much bigger than everyone else. Well, you're in a coach, but, you know, you're bigger than everyone else. Just bully your way through. Be fine. It'll be fine. Right, so we're coming in here. Okay, I thought we'd be going then. I thought the lights would be sort of linked up. They usually are, aren't they, on games like this? No, are we, there we go. Right, we'll nip across here. It's a shame those lights didn't match up, because that would have, that'd have worked quite well for us, wouldn't it? Right, there we go. Full steam ahead. I mean, we're in Dresden now. You'll see Dresden Hauptbahnhof behind us. Look at that. Absolutely stunning station in real life. Oh, hang on. We've committed. There were some yellow lights there. Yeah, that was completely a red, but never mind. You didn't see it. Everything is fine. Yeah, stunning station, Dresden Hauptbahnhof. Really is. If you're in the area, go and take a look at the station. Really lovely. In fact, the whole city's stunning actually, and they've got a really, really nice selection of trams to travel on. I think the Tatra, the single carriage Tatra trams, are there's still a couple lurking about. I didn't see many when we were last there. Certainly not as many as we did on the previous visits, which is a bit of a shame. But there we go, that is where we're going to leave it for today. Let me know in the comments what you think of the HanVool the HanVool Altano TDX 21. If you have enjoyed the video, do click the like button, it's always appreciated. And of course, if you haven't already, consider subscribing if bus simulation is your thing, so that you never miss out on any future Fernbus or indeed other bus simulation videos. Other than that, as I say, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Cheerio! Goodbye for now.